Hello dear students. In the last part of videos we have studied all the things related to alcohols. In this part of the video we are going to discuss about phenols, their preparation methods, their physical properties, their chemical properties, their special reactions and all the things. So let us first of all discuss what are phenols. Phenols are actually hydroxyl derivative of what? Of aromatic hydrocarbon. That means in benzene ring, one of the hydrogen is replaced by hydroxyl group and we are removing this hydrogen. So we get phenol. Phenols are very interesting class of compounds, and phenols, they have very characteristic properties. In this structure where hydroxyl group is attached to benzene ring, this bond is polar in nature. Oxygen being more electronegative will develop partial negative charge on it and hydrogen will develop partial positive charge on it. Now this polarity has a lot of impact on the properties of phenol. What are that impact and how does they change the properties of phenol, that we are going to discuss. But first of all, let us discuss the classification of phenol. As we have seen in alcohol that we can classify them into monohydric, trihydric, dihydric, polyhydric, etc. So here also we can classify them into monohydric phenol, dihydric phenol and polyhydric phenol. That means containing one OH group, two OH group or more, three or more than that. Monohydric phenol is our normal phenol. Dihydric phenol, this we have discussed already in the first part of this chapter, that is classification of alcohols. This is catechol. This is resorcinol and quinol. They can be also called as 1,2-dihydroxybenzene, 1,3-dihydroxybenzene, 1,4-dihydroxybenzene, or they can be also called as benzene 1,2-diol, benzene 1,3-diol, benzene 1,4-diol. So this was catechol, resorcinol and quinol. Polyhydric phenols, they are phenols containing more than 2 OH groups. So this is called as hydroxyquinol, or it can be also called as benzene 1,2,4-triol. Benzene 1,2,4-triol. Another is pyrogalol. This can be also called as benzene 1,2,3-triol. Compared to alcohol, the classification of phenol is a limited one and easy one. So let us move on to the next topic. As I have already told you that generally whenever we are discussing the chapters related to organic chemistry, we generally start it with its introduction, classification, then preparation, and then we move on to physical properties and chemical properties. So we are moving in the same sequence. We'll start with preparation of phenol. In that, the first one is, so in the preparation of phenol, the first one is from haloalkanes, that is known as Dow's process, and it is a commercial preparation method. This we have already studied in the chapter haloalkanes. There we have studied only the main reaction, but here I will show you the mechanism also. Haloarenes such as chlorobenzene, when it is treated with sodium hydroxide at 623 Kelvin and 300 atmospheric pressure, first of all we get sodium phenoxide. Generally, whenever any benzene compound we are treating with sodium hydroxide, we always get sodium phenoxide. And then its further hydrolysis will give us phenol. So this is what we have already studied in our previous topic also. Now the second one is from cumene. Now this is also another commercial method where the starting reagent is cumene. Now let us see the reaction. Cumene is actually isopropyl benzene. So this is isopropyl benzene. First, when it is treated with oxygen, we get cumene hydroperoxide. Now this cumene hydroperoxide on further hydrolysis in acidic medium gives us phenol. This is asked many times in complete the equation or generally the conversion methods. Now the question is how this isopropyl benzene is prepared. Isopropyl benzene or also known as cumene. How it is prepared? I will show you its preparation method. Benzene, when it is treated with propene in presence of phosphorus acid at 523 Kelvin, it gives us isopropyl benzene, and we already know that this reaction is called as Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. The next method of preparation is from benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene, when is treated with H2SO4, first we get benzene sulfonic acid. When it is hydrolyzed using sodium hydroxide at 573 to 623 Kelvin, we get sodium phenoxide. And its further hydrolysis gives us phenol. This step you have to remember in all the conversions, in all the reactions. Whenever we use alkalis like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, first of all we will get sodium salt of that compound. That one on further hydrolysis gives us the required product. The next one is from diazonium salts. It is one of the most important reaction. This reaction will be repeated in the chapter organic compound containing nitrogen, that is amines. First of all, aniline, which is 1 degree aromatic amine, is treated with sodium nitrate and HCl at 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius, where we get benzene diazonium chloride, also known as BDC. This we have already seen in Sandmeyer and Gutterman reaction. Now when this BDC is warmed with water, then it gives us phenol. This many times this question is repeated in the board exams, either in the form of conversions or either in the form of complete the reaction or in the form of word problems, the conversion of 1 degree aromatic amine to phenol. So this was about the preparation methods. Now we are moving on to physical properties. So in physical properties of phenol, we'll discuss its state and smell, its boiling point and its solubility. Phenols are colorless, crystalline, solid or liquid, and they have characteristic phenolic smell. When you will be doing experiments in the lab, you will experience that phenol have very characteristic smell. Boiling point. Boiling point of phenols are higher than those of corresponding aromatic hydrocarbon or haloarenes. Condition is that of same molecular mass. Now why? There is a reason: intermolecular hydrogen bonding in phenol. Whenever there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it will increase the boiling point as well as it will result in good solubility. But there are certain exceptions also. Now here you can see in phenol, as I already told you, that phenol OH bond becomes polar, and therefore hydrogen with partial positive charge forms hydrogen bond with oxygen with partial negative charge, and this hydrogen bond results in higher boiling point. Let us have a look here. I have given example. Phenol boiling point is 455 Kelvin. Toluene has the boiling point of 384 Kelvin, and chlorobenzene has the boiling point of 405 Kelvin. Now solubility. Phenols are sparingly soluble in water. In alcohols, we have seen they are readily soluble in water because they form hydrogen bond. Now phenols, although they have hydrogen bond among themselves, they cannot form hydrogen bond with water, or the strength is not that much good. Reason: the non-polar aryl group is very large in size, and therefore it masks this polar OH bond. This benzene ring masks this polar OH bond, and therefore it do not allow hydrogen bond formation with water, and therefore they become sparingly soluble in water. But we can say the phenols are soluble in organic solvent like alcohol, ethers, and also in sodium hydroxide. So in chemical properties of phenol, we have three types of reactions. Reaction where hydroxyl group is involved, reaction of the benzene ring, and the special reactions of phenol. In this third category, we'll be discussing special name reactions of phenol. We'll begin with the first one, reaction of OH group. In that also, first one, acidic character. Now as you can see in the resonating structure, of phenol, oxygen acquires positive charge. And we know oxygen being more electronegative, it is the second most electronegative element of the periodic table, and therefore it acquires positive charge, it will be unstable. Therefore what will happen? OH bond becomes weaker. Therefore release of H plus becomes easy, and therefore I will say phenols, they are acidic in nature. Here I have told you one concept, that the electronegative elements, if they have positive charge on them, they become unstable. And here as we can see, the positive charge is on the second most electronegative element, that is oxygen. It weakens the OH bond and release of H plus becomes easy. Therefore phenols are acidic in nature. Now if we compare the acidic nature of phenol, water and alcohol, phenol are good acidic or more acidic than water, and we have already seen that water is more acidic than alcohol. Reason: because of the resonating structure. Alcohol, they don't have resonating structure, whereas in case of phenols, due to resonating structure, the release of H plus becomes easy. But if I compare the acidic strength of phenol with carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acid are more acidic than phenol. Phenol do not gives reaction with Na2CO3 or NaHCO3 like carboxylic acid and evolves carbon dioxide. Now, why carboxylic acids are more acidic than phenol, that we will be studying in the chapter aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. But you have to remember this sequence, because arrange in increasing or decreasing order type questions are asked based on this concept. This sequence becomes more evident from the fact when we are considering the Ka values of carboxylic acid like ethanoic acid, phenol and ethanol. Ka value of ethanoic acid is 10 to the power minus 5, phenol is 10 to the power minus 10 and ethanol is 10 to the power minus 18. And we know the Ka value is directly proportional to acidic character. Larger the value of Ka, larger will be acidic character. So we are proving that carboxylic acids are highly acidic, followed by phenol, followed by water, and alcohols are the least acidic. Now various substituents impact the acidic strength of phenol. Let us see what is the effect of substituent on acidic strength of phenol. If phenol is attached with any electron withdrawing group such as NO2, CN or halogen etc., it will increase the acidic strength. Why? These electron withdrawing group, they reduce the electron density on benzene ring. You can see here, and therefore it leads to positive charge on oxygen atom. As the positive charge is there on oxygen atom, again OH bond will become much more weaker. Hydrogen release will be easy, and therefore if phenol is substituted with electron withdrawing group, it will increase the acidic character. Now from these three examples we can see that orthonitrophenol is weak acid as compared to 2,4-dinitrophenol and as compared to 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. This is also known as picric acid. And we have already seen in the chapter haloalkanes and haloarenes that picric acid is the strongest acid because of presence of 3 electron withdrawing groups. So I can say more the number of electron withdrawing groups, more will be acidic character. On the other hand, if phenol is substituted with electron donating group such as any alkyl group or NH2 or alkoxy, then it will decrease the acidic strength. As they increase the electron density on oxygen atom, therefore polarity increases and therefore hydrogen release will become difficult. So as you can see here, 2-methylphenol is highly acidic as compared to its di and tri substituted product. In other words, I will say the number of electron donating group in phenol is inversely proportional to its acidic character. So now overall, if we compare the acidic strength of phenol with electron withdrawing group, with electron donating group and alcohol, it will be like electron withdrawing group phenol will be highly acidic than phenol. Phenol will be highly acidic with electron donating group substituents on phenol. This will be more acidic than water and they will be more acidic than alcohol. So you have to remember this sequence. Now depending on this sequence, we'll solve one question. Here is the question. Arrange the following compounds in increasing order of their acidic strength. Propane-1-ol, 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, 3-nitrophenol, 3,5-dinitrophenol, phenol and 4-methylphenol. Now in this question, all the things are mixed. One alcohol is given, tri-substituted electron withdrawing group phenol is there, mono-substituted and di-substituted electron withdrawing group phenol is there, as well as electron donating group phenol is there. So when we are writing the solution in your board exam, this is the best way, or I'll say this is the standard way of writing the answer. Write the structure of all the compounds given to you. Now depending on the sequence, we have to arrange them in the increasing order. Increasing order means highly acidic will be at number 1. So picric acid is highly acidic, that we know, and the least acidic is propanol. And now dependingly we will arrange the remaining phenolic group or remaining phenol, whether they have electron donating group or electron withdrawing group, and your answer will be this one. If you are following this pattern in your board exam, don't forget to number the compounds. If you are directly writing the numbers, the examiner may not be able to understand for which compound you have given number 1 and for which compound you have given number 2. And therefore, it's always better to write the structures and then number them. Now, when we have seen and proven that phenol are acidic in nature, we have to show it with respect to reactions also. So, let us discuss reaction involving acidic nature of phenol. Now, whenever we have to prove that a given compound is acidic in nature, we will carry out its reaction with certain active metals, base, and will carry out its esterification also. So, phenol, when it is treated with active metal like sodium, we get sodium phenoxide and hydrogen gas is released. Secondly, when phenol is treated with sodium hydroxide, again we get sodium phenoxide. So these two reactions will prove that it is acidic in nature. The third reaction is of esterification. A substituted phenol, salicylic acid, when is treated with acetic anhydride in acidic medium, we get a compound called as acetyl salicylic acid, and its common name aspirin. All of you must heard this name. It's a very famous tablet. Now salicylic acid will be called only when the hydroxy group and the carboxylic group, they are ortho with respect to each other. Then only it will be called as salicylic acid. Now this aspirin has a lot of properties. This aspirin is analgesic, antipyretic, as well as anti-inflammatory. This all will be studying again in our chapter Chemistry in Everyday Life regarding this aspirin. This reaction is important because it is asked in board exams to prepare aspirin. That was all about acidic nature. The second reaction which involve hydroxyl group is reaction with zinc dust. Phenol, when it is treated with zinc dust, forms benzene and forms zinc oxide. Now this reaction is, again I'll say it is important because now this benzene can be converted into number of compounds, and therefore we will say it is an important reaction. Here the role of zinc, it acts as a reducing agent. The next reaction is oxidation. Phenol, when it is oxidized by using strong oxidizing agent like sodium dichromate in acidic medium, it gets converted to benzoquinone. Benzoquinone. It is also called as a diketone. And therefore, phenol is always stored in dark colored bottles. When you will visit lab, you will see that phenol is stored in dark colored bottles. What will happen otherwise? Otherwise, aerial oxidation take place. Aerial oxidation occurs and phenol gets decomposed to, oxidized to benzoquinone. And therefore, it is very much necessary for phenol to store it in dark colored bottles. The last reaction in this category is action with benzoyl chloride. Phenyl, when it is treated with benzoyl chloride in alkaline medium, we get phenyl benzoate along with the formation of HCl. The whole process is called as benzoylation. And this name reaction is Schotten-Baumann name reaction. So these were all reactions where OH group was involved. Moving on to the next topic, reactions involving benzene ring. In reactions involving benzene ring, we generally discuss about electrophilic aromatic substitution, and that we are discussing nitration. Now, nitration of phenol can be done in two ways. If we use concentrated nitric acid, then we get tri-substituted product. NO2 gets substituted at 3 places, 2,4,6-trinitrophenol or picric acid. Strongly acidic in nature. But on the other hand, if phenol is treated with dilute nitric acid, then we don't get tri-substituted product, rather we get mono-substituted product. Orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. Now among these two, we have got this as a mixture. We have to separate them. Now when we are separating them, orthonitrophenol is a steam volatile. That means it will get easily converted into vapors and therefore it have lower boiling point. Reason, due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In orthonitrophenol, this OH group forms bond with NO2 group. This hydrogen bond will be formed, intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Whereas in case of paranitrophenol, is less volatile and therefore obviously it will show high boiling point. Here it is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. One molecule of paranitrophenol forms hydrogen bond with other molecule of paranitrophenol. This will be hydrogen bonding. And therefore, when we are separating the mixture of orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, orthonitrophenol comes out fast, or it will come at a lower temperature. It will have less boiling point, and paranitrophenol being less volatile will have higher boiling point, and that is one of the important give reason question. Let us move on to the next reaction. The next is halogenation. Phenol, when it is treated with bromine, now that we can do in two ways. Bromine in non-polar solvent like carbon disulfide, then it gives us monosubstituted product, 2-bromophenol and para-bromophenol. Para obviously being major product. But on the other hand, phenol is treated with aqueous bromine, then we get tri-substituted product, 2,4,6 tribromophenol, and it is obtained in the form of white PPT. This can be used as a distinguishing test that we are going to just now. Now the reason is that why we get two different types of product. It is because in presence of non-polar solvent, ionization of phenol is suppressed. As a result, there is a slight activation of benzene ring. And therefore we get monosubstituted product. Whereas in case of polar solvent, or I will say in absence of non-polar solvent, the negative charge on oxygen atom will strongly activate for tri-substitution, and therefore we get different types of product. Now this test is used as a distinguishing test. So let us see different distinguishing tests between alcohol and phenol. So here are the various distinguishing tests between alcohol and phenol. We have to do it in a tabular form. In the exam, you can write any one test of this. So very first is litmus test. Phenol being more acidic than alcohol will turn blue litmus to red, whereas on alcohol there will be no impact. Second is neutral FeCl3 test. This you will be performing during your practicals. The given sample plus neutral FeCl3. We are taking some amount of sample in a test tube, and to that we add neutral FeCl3. If it is a phenol, it will give characteristic violet colored complex. Whereas on alcohols, there is no impact of neutral FeCl3. Third test is bromine water test. We are taking the given sample and we add some amount of bromine water. Now this is how you will be performing in your lab, and while writing your theory answers, simply you have to give the heading and what will be the result. If we carry out bromine water test, just now we have seen that if it is a phenol, it will give white PPT of 2,4,6 tribromophenol, whereas alcohol there will be no impact. The last is Lieberman's test. Sample when it is warmed with concentrated sulfuric acid and sodium nitrite. If the given sample is phenol, it will give deep red color, and that red color changes to blue color on addition of sodium hydroxide. Whereas if it is alcohol, there will be no impact. So by using all these tests, we can differentiate between phenol and alcohol. So this was all about phenol. But before we wind up, there are certain questions for you people to solve on your own. So these are certain questions that you can try out on your own. Write your answers in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.